Hello everyone, my name is Mike Ball. I'm a product guy working in this wild world of SaaS / tech products that we live in. What I'm going to do is start a series of kind of breakdowns focused purely on onboarding for products. We're going to look at good ones, we're going to look at bad ones, we're going to talk about why they work and why they don't. I've done this for a lot of clients as part of growth efforts, I've done it for a lot of product builds. It's really hard to get right, and it's really important to iterate on after you go through that process. And a lot of companies have some bad habits and ideas in terms of how they approach it. So we'll talk through some of those, we'll learn along the way, and we'll highlight some pretty awesome products. I'm going to start with one of my favorites. Spark Toro is an analytics / intelligence platform. And there's a lot of those out there right now. This one launched a few years ago, and they've done well. It's a small team, they stay lean on purpose. And they kind of coined the term, I think it's audience intelligence. We'll see if that's on here or not. So they've been lean on the marketing side, they've focused on product, and they've done really good stuff overall. And it is really useful for specific use cases and specific types of users. So this is a good example of a product that is very intentionally designed for people who have specific jobs to be done. So we're on the home page. This isn't technically onboarding, but we're going to look at how you get into onboarding as a starting point. So the site's pretty straightforward. Marketing sites are marketing sites overall, right? So they give you a preview of the UI. I thought at one point they let you start a search from the home page, but now they're just giving you a preview of it. They're giving that social proof right away, right? Like customers who are saying great things about it. It's pretty standard stuff. Pretty powerful selection of words and customers, though I would say all these speak to different kind of angles for how the product's used and the impact that it has or the benefits of it. And then here they're telling you exactly who it helps, right? Content marketers, PR professionals, what kind of problems it solves. This is genius right here. This is what more products need to do internally and customer facing. Like, who is it for and what problem does it solve? It's really hard to nail that down sometimes, and they use too many words, but this is the perfect formula for a website homepage or marketing page. Rand Fishkin, obviously a well-seasoned video guy. He's done this for a long time. His videos talk about the tool. They talk about how to use the tool, other things outside of it that help you beyond just what the tool does, how to take it further. We're not going to watch another video on this video because that would be weird, right? And here we go. So you can actually try this here. This is gonna, let's see what happens if you make it down this far. I don't always like to start onboarding from this far down the page, and this home page seems to go on forever. But I think the strategy here is that for users who haven't been convinced yet but are still interested, they're prioritizing the information that they're providing to the user so that if they aren't already sold and ready to try the product at this point, right? Like maybe they watched the video, maybe they didn't. Maybe they don't want to click on the button, but hey, now they have a chance to actually input something that's relevant to them. And then they can go on. So let's just, for the sake of moving forward, let's see how we want to use this. Let's say they actually follow, let's say they talk about marketing attribution. Let's see what this comes up with, right? So I can go ahead and say that. It's going to prompt me to sign up. So I'm going to use a different email so we can make sure I get a new user experience. I'm not a robot. Let's go ahead and create my free account. I do love the free version that they give you. Like, it's plenty to do some high-level research, and they tier the paid version to give you much, much more if you're actually working on a project and gonna put it to work. So if you're exploring things, the free version does a good job of meeting the needs of just like, how would I use this? What kind of information do I have? And is this what I'm looking for? So you're not paying for something that you're not actually getting value from. The paid version is very valuable for those specific use cases. So they're gonna ask a basic thing. Too many choices. Partner opportunities. Add targeting. Choose a few things. So we get a welcome video from Rand, which is cool. 9-step tour, how to use the product. You can start a guided tour, which is going to walk you through the actual product itself and teach you about the different components instead of watching the video. Right? So they're teaching you all the different components. Sometimes you just want to get in the product, but with certain things, if you're not sure exactly how to use it, if they sold you on the outcome and not necessarily the product experience, like you don't have a replacement product for this right now, it's worth teaching the user what the different elements are. Search is pretty straightforward, but there's context of how to use the search. So it wants you to do, I wish it would have remembered my initial search. That's one of those things that drives me nuts, is if you're going to let the user input something, you need to remember it and take them back to that. Minor feedback for the Spark Toro team should they ever watch this. So I think I put marketing attribution in here. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, did you notice the tour got out of my way and let me use the product? And then it waited till I was done before it told me what the next thing I was going to see was. So it's going to walk me through these components, but it doesn't do it all at once. I really love this product tour experience because most of them will give you either a checklist of these are the things you should do, and you don't know when they're going to be relevant to you, so you just wait and go to that. Or they take over your whole screen and try to show you everything at once, which no one is going to remember. And you haven't explored enough to say, like, what would my process be? What makes sense to me? How would I use this, right? So I understand why it happens that way, because tours are kind of hard to build and they're limited in some ways. I know on the back end why we do it that way, but from an experience standpoint, like learning incrementally. And if you think about, say, like a video game, and more recently, more complex open world type video games where your character kind of evolves naturally and there's a lot of different skills you have to develop. You can't teach somebody how to do all of those things at once, right? But you can develop the skills as needed as you progress through the game, and then most of those let you go back and revisit it, like use those skills to unlock different things. It's the same thing for our product. Like, it's fundamental concepts and how to navigate or use a set of tools, and then you can put them together and kind of level up your power and finish the game from there, right? Do the side quests and everything that comes with it. So this is telling you what it's outputting, how to apply this data to learn other ways to use them. So this is something I wish more analytics tools would cover. Again, this is data. You can translate that data if you know what you're looking at. How to apply this data or how to use this, like how to make this actionable. So they know that for any customer or user to get value from this, they have to do something with the data. So they knew that when they built the product, and they prioritized getting that user as close to doing something with the data as they could. They made it part of their tour. They put the link there, they have videos, they have guides, they have everything you would need to do something actionable. And if you read some of the blog posts and things, they actually tell you ahead of time how they came to the idea for this product. And what actual things it would make easier. So they're connecting all the dots for their specific customers that they outlined really well on the homepage. So we'll keep moving. I won't be too much of a fanboy on this, but it is really impressive when you get in here and use it. So sources of influence, right? So they told me there's the data up there, and then here are the accounts. And then here's how to navigate to more insights within the product. Let's see, I'm hoping they pause soon. Yeah, okay, so now they're gonna let me choose what I want to explore. I can choose what to do with the data, I can look at the data, right? Or I can dive into some of these things too. So maybe if I want to go to text insights and see what they actually talk about. So these are words in their bio. You can also toggle between what hashtags they use if you're doing some social listening and some kind of manual outreach type thing. You can even go as far as to see phrases and words that are used that they talk about most often. So this gives you a breakdown, like this is your content strategy right here. This is what they talk about, this is how you resonate, this is what they're looking for. And if you're smart, you can look at gaps between these things. Like this is your overlap, but what are related between these things, right? If you do some sort of Venn diagram or spiderweb diagram, you can find that opportunity in there. Now I won't go through the entire thing, but let's go through. You can see, so if you're doing outreach, you're looking for accounts they follow, you're looking for ways to engage with them or accounts you can engage with. I love that you can see in different formats. You can see video creators on YouTube, you can see podcasts, you can even see, I don't know if this is Reddit, yeah, you can see subreddits. So they're telling you exactly where your audience is and who your audience is paying attention to. Like I said, there's not a lot of other tools or any tools out there that I know of that do this. This is your PR outreach list right here. And this is what I love about the free account is, okay, so for me, these are obvious things, right? I would assume TechCrunch, Mashable, Forbes, whatever. The value is in what's hiding in here, because you can go into some of the lesser ones, and they even have a feature in here that are like, here's some gems. And let me see if I can find it. Maybe podcasts will have it. And maybe it's a paid feature. But on some of these lists, they'll show you this, and then they'll show you some gems that are maybe not the highest percentages, but some that aren't, let's say, saturated, or some that aren't overused in some cases, where you can maybe have a better chance of reaching and connecting with those brands or those creators or whatever, instead of always going for the big ones that are going to charge you a lot or probably aren't going to talk to you out the gate. So yeah, we're in the product now. So I now know what I need to know to use this product, right? I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I always have this search bar. I can go back to the tour if I want to start the tour over again, which I don't. But if for some reason I forgot, I want to do that, I could. I can add some things or compare audiences that I create. So I now have used this product and seen what kind of output comes from it. If I want to become a power user, I sure can do that. I can dig into some of this other stuff, and I can just go through some of the documentation. I can research further, but I don't have to because the product is easy. It was easy to understand, and they gave me the right information from the get-go. So you'll see they save my queries. They'll show you what you talked about recently. They give you some other free queries, which are basically kind of trending or different like things every month. Like, hey, here's an audience that is popular, or maybe a trend that you can jump on and take advantage of, which I like. And they keep their documentation available. It's right there. Get the most out of it. And this is a great way to talk about the product, because if you phrase it as here's how you get the most out of this product, the user automatically thinks, or the person automatically thinks, okay, did I give the product a fair shot? Am I using everything it can do? Especially if you created a few aha moments or some really exciting moments for them to feel like they did accomplish something. If they come back and like, wait, I haven't done most of these things yet and I'm already sold on this thing, that makes them excited. If they come back to it and it's like technical documentation or FAQs with questions that aren't really relevant to them, it doesn't have the same effect. So there's a lot to be said for even the micro copy in this experience. I don't want this to drag out for too long. There's a lot of cool things in this product, but again, I just wanted to go through onboarding. It's really simple. They start you on the free plan, you stay on the free plan. They even give you this breakdown here, which is kind of easy to miss, but you have subscription plan, Spark Toro free, search queries remaining until 9/3. So you have 0 of 1, users 1 of 1. Verify your email to get all your free queries. Okay, nice. So it's telling me I don't have any right now because I haven't verified my account, but once I do, I'll get more. And I think it's like 5 searches a month, something like that, which is plenty if you're high level, browsing around, working on one thing lightly kind of thing. Once you're working on multiple projects and you integrate this into multiple types of projects, then it becomes more handy to have some of those advanced features, and the product kind of unlocks naturally as you go. Maybe I'll dive more into this for different videos that are not focused on onboarding, but for now, that's what I wanted to cover. Like I said, I'm starting a series focused on product onboarding, specifically talking about what's good, what's bad, and why. If you're a product person, you've worked on onboarding, and this is helpful to you, let me know. Let me know what you liked about it. At the same time, if you didn't like it or didn't find it useful, let me know, and let me know if there's something I could do that would be more useful.